Africa is the only region globally that saw a decline in its number of wealthy in 2021, and that's despite last year's global economic rebound. That's all according to global consultancy firm Knight Frank's 2022 wealth report. However, the report also highlighted the growth in younger, self-made, ultra-high net worth individuals who will drive new investment themes and innovation going forward. And this year's report paints a dramatic picture. While economic wealth and property market trends are accelerating in the wake of the global pandemic, there are growing systemic risks on the horizon. Well, Knight Frank says the pandemic is driving business disruption and property is at the epicenter. Earlier, I asked Andrew Shirley, editor of the Knight Frank Wealth Report, for more insight into these trends.
I think the first thing we need to say is that the decline in the number of ultra-high net worth individuals in Africa was actually very small. It was under a 1% drop. So it wasn't a huge decline. And actually, when you look at what Africa has had to endure from COVID, from some of the really tough lockdowns, from an almost total absence of tourism over the past couple of years and in 2021, I don't actually think that drop is too significant. Well, but in terms of investments, I think mainly it's due to diversification. People don't want to have all of their investments in one country. It's not necessarily a sign that they think economic potential of one country is necessarily better than others, but different countries are in different economic cycles. There's different asset classes, whether that's data centers, logistics centers, or even retail or offices that are doing better in some countries than others. So it's just about making sure your investment portfolio, particularly when it comes to commercial real estate, is properly diversified. We ask around 600 or so private bankers and wealth advisors around the world to talk to us about their clients. And the actual value of those high net worth individuals is about $3.5 trillion US. So it's a really robust survey, but we ask about the threats and opportunities to wealth creation. And here in Kenya, the respondents highlighted climate change as something that's a real concern to their clients. It is perhaps not surprising because climate volatility in places like Kenya has much more of an impact. I mean, a big drought in Kenya can be a life or death situation for people compared to the UK where it's not so severe. So climate change is an important issue. And also COVID-19, new variants of that were considered a big issue in Kenya. I mean, one of the big disruptors that we've seen because of the COVID pandemic is so many people have been living working at home much more of the time. So they've had to sort of adapt to this digital world. So that's given entrepreneurs, and Kenya has a much younger wealth population. Actually, there's more high net worth individuals in Kenya under 40 than the global average. But they've really taken advantage of this technological shift, this sort of shift towards digital working, whether that's investing in non-fungible tokens, NFTs, education, even healthcare. A lot more healthcare is delivered digitally down a computer now. So that's been a real big disruptor during the pandemic. And it's given entrepreneurial investors and wealth creators huge opportunities actually to create new services and products that people are asking for now that they're living much more of their lives online in this digital environment. We're seeing the creation of metaverses now, where people buy property digitally. It's not real property, you can't touch or hold it, but it's there in a metaverse, and it's considered quite important now to have this digital presence. Art is more digital, these NFTs. So actually, I think that's been the big disruptor that's come about because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and it's created real opportunities for entrepreneurs to create more products, more services, and subsequently more wealth for themselves.